All right, our last section for volume, actually our last section of the whole year, is volume of spheres. Okay, we've got our last formula to learn, which is volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. I'm going to go through a couple examples here. A reminder that the great circle is the circle at the largest part of the sphere, kind of like the equator on the Earth. And a hemisphere is what cuts the sphere into two equal parts, which is right around the great circle. All right, so we'll go through two examples. All right, find the volume of a sphere with a diameter of 16 meters. Okay, so we've got our sphere, and the diameter on that is 16. We've got our three lines of work to do. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed is our first step. Make sure we have our calculators out. And then all we need to do is put in the radius length. Okay, so the radius would be half of the diameter, so that would be 8. Now when you enter this in your calculator, you have to raise that 8 to the third power using the little caret button. So you're going to enter it as 4/3 times pi 8 to the third power. We should get 2,144.66 meters cubed. Just make sure you put the radius in, not the diameter. Okay, pretty straightforward. Just using that one distance, that radius. All right, the volume of a sphere is 288 pi feet cubed. Find the diameter. So working completely backwards. So we're still going to start with that formula. We're going to put in the information that we know. In this case, that's the volume. But we don't know the radius. All right, let's solve for the radius. First, what could we divide both sides by? Let's move this pi. Okay, so if we divide by pi on both sides, we're just left with 288 equals 4/3 r cubed. We're still trying to get r cubed alone, so we still need to divide on both sides. This time we're going to divide by 4/3. Which ends up giving us 216. All right, now, anytime you had a problem like this, what would you do to solve? Okay, we would square root both sides. Okay, so we square root, and we would get 5. Now when you have a cube, you're actually going to cube root both sides. Now most of you on your calculators have a cube root button where there's a little 3 right there. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things that you may see on your calculator. Some of you may have, first of all, let me give you the answer here because we all need to practice this. So everyone get your calculators out if you haven't already, because you're going to need to learn how to do this new button. Okay, if you do the cube root of 216, you should get 6. Now, here's how you enter it. A couple of options. If you have a cube root button, where there's actually a 3 right here, you're just going to take the cube root of 216. Okay, if you have a button that looks like this, where there's a little X there. Okay, you have to tell the calculator what number to put there, which is 3. So you're going to push the 3 button first, then this button, then 216 and hit equals. Okay, so everybody try that right now. Should get 6. All right, but this isn't the answer, okay? It asked us to find the diameter. So what do we have to do to this 6? Yeah, we're going to double it. Okay, so 12 is the diameter, and it's 12 feet. Okay, that's really all of the types of problems you're going to see in this section.